$50 million for education sounds impressive, but in a country where millions of children are still out of school, what does it really change? Today, we investigate the real story behind Nigeria's latest education headline, the context, the politics, and the long-term impact. On January 30, 2026, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, announced a $50 million endowment fund at the Tai Solarin Federal University of Education in Ogun State. The announcement happened during the school's 17th convocation ceremony, the same period when TASFUED officially became a federal institution. At the event, she also received an honorary doctorate in childhood education and pledged scholarships for outstanding students. On the surface, it looked like a major win for education, but headlines rarely tell the full story. So let's look deeper. First, $50 million is not a small amount, especially when directed at top female graduates and academic excellence. It shows a targeted effort to reward talent and encourage education. But here's the wider picture. Under the Tinubu administration, Nigeria's education budget has grown significantly, reaching over N3.5 trillion in recent years. Agencies like TET Fund and NEL Fund have also received increased funding to support students and institutions. Yet despite this growth, Nigeria still spends below global standards. UNESCO recommends that countries invest at least 15 to 20% of their national budgets in education. Nigeria remains below that benchmark, and the results are visible. Overcrowded classrooms, underpaid teachers, a shortage of learning materials, and millions of children still out of school. So while spending is rising, deep structural problems remain. This leads to the central investigative question. Is this $50 million endowment a sign of real reform, or is it a high-profile gesture? Consider this. TASFUED's transfer to federal control should, in theory, bring more stable funding and better facilities. But federal ownership alone does not guarantee quality education. Without strong management, transparency, and performance monitoring, money can disappear without impact. Scholarships and awards are valuable, but they cannot fix teacher shortages. They cannot modernize outdated curricula, and they cannot rebuild failing infrastructure. Real reform requires systems, not ceremonies. Now, let's bring this back to real people. For a young female graduate at TASFUED, a $10 million award could change everything. It could fund postgraduate education, start a business, or lift an entire family out of poverty. That impact is real. But for millions of Nigerian families struggling with school fees, poor facilities, and limited opportunities, that reality feels very far away. And this raises a difficult question. Is elite philanthropy helping to close the gap? Or is it quietly replacing government responsibility? So, yes, 50 million naira is important, and it deserves recognition. But the real test is not today's headline. It's what changes 5 years from now. Will classrooms improve? Will teachers be better trained? Will more children stay in school? Or will this become another forgotten announcement? That is the question Nigerians must keep asking. Afribrief News. Stay tuned as we bring you more updates, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.